We learned a lot of things. The biggest thing we learned was there's a $3.5 trillion demand for this private credit.
Do you categorize yourself as a crypto project or more as a fintech project?
What I say to people is that we are not a Web3 project. We are a Web 2.5 project where we are bridging TradFi with DeFi.
A managing director of one of the biggest apps of the region was there. We had a very nice conversation with him for a long time because we did not utter the crypto word.
Everyone is looking for working capital finance because the way how B2B payments work is it's extremely slow. And as a normal business, what are you supposed to do with that for that 180 days?
Out of the $36 billion real world asset that's being tokenized, 58% is private credit. Hamilton Lane has a fund, Apollo has a fund. I think BlackRock is rolling out a tokenized fund on private credit.
Crypto in itself, understanding crypto, it's a complex topic. Complexities do not target masses.
And one advice, publicly, I'll tell you, don't be a crypto project. Hi everyone, I'm here Rafay. I'm the founder of ZIGChain, as you all know me. And with me, the child prodigy, Ibrahim from InvoiceMate and now DeFi. So Ibrahim, how are you?
Great, excited for our conversation. Really,
You're super young. Like you give a complex to a lot of very big people in the industry. People have been coming and telling me people double your age and they're being inspired by you. Tell people who are you, how your journey started, why are you here at such a young age? 21, right?
Yeah, 21 years old.
21 years old. Tell them about who's your co-founder, your journey. Is your canvas, draw the picture.
Yeah, so ironically, I started, my father, who's also my co-founder, has been in the blockchain space for almost 9 odd years now. 10 this year was his 10th year. And he's been always a big aficionado of enterprise blockchain solutions. So he always wanted institutional adoption of blockchain, and he can finally see his vision coming true in this bull market. I ironically did not get into crypto because of him. We had a group of friends that started trading in the early 2020 one bull market, where we started trading BNB and the pancake swaps of that time. So made a lot of money, made good money, lost a shit ton of money. Yeah, lost way more than that. But what it really inspired me in the sense that I got to know that there's an industry out there that doesn't really judge you based on your age, but on your knowledge. So back in 2022, I started my first startup, which was by the name of Desiverse. That was essentially a startup that I started with one of our partners, Rafael from BCP Partners. And we wanted to tokenize the Pakistani truck art culture and sell it as NFTs, which was the biggest boom back then. So the journey started. We obviously failed because NFTs failed badly, miserably. But what it taught me was a kind of work ethic and a kind of understanding of the industry that really shaped my view of the world, saying that okay, this is what, if not decentralization, then this is what really blockchain aims to be, like empowerment of communities, empowerment of financial ecosystems, and just empowerment in general. So that's when, me and my father, back in November 2022, we started InvoiceMate, building the foundations of private credit on the blockchain.
That's good. So but you started as a non-blockchain business, right? Initially. So how's your journey like? Tell us a bit more about what's the difference between InvoiceMate and DeFi, and how's the journey looks like? What are the learnings from InvoiceMate that you have that you are looking to replicate and multiply in DeFi? So
within InvoiceMate, we were a non-DeFi, non-crypto project. We still used blockchain, but it was majorly as a data ledger. So blockchain in its true sense, it was a data ledger. So what we essentially did was we built an e-invoicing platform that allowed small businesses to record their do their bookkeeping, do their everyday invoicing, and access capital from the through those data points which are verified on blockchain. So that's where our journey started out, and we learned a lot of things. The biggest thing we learned was there's a $3.5 trillion demand for this you can say instrument of private credit, right?
Globally, you mean?
Globally.
Wow,
globally.
that's huge.
Yeah. So
no one talks about it much.
Exactly.
And it's so private that it's called private credit.
yeah. So it was $3.5 trillion, which is not a small number.
Of course.
And you have your everyday mom and pop shops, your supermarkets. Everyone is looking for working capital finance because the way how B2B payments work it's extremely slow.
Of course, a credit cycle in between.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like 30 days, 60 days, in some cases even 180 days as well.
Yeah.
And as a normal business, as an SME, what are you supposed to do with that for that 180 days?
Yeah. But then this thing brings the question of risk management. So obviously, like, you are packaging a lot of risks together and kind of, I assume, getting some insurance around it. Talk us through a little bit more on the risk side that, like, what is the gap that is Middle East? Because there are a lot of fintechs and a lot of companies in the West who are coming into this private credit space and kind of democratizing it, converting into like pools and all. Here we don't see much other than you guys actually. So what exactly is the gap here? What exactly is the niche that you are targeting, and how you guys think that what you are offering in the market with such amazing yield is better than the others?
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting outlook. And the main reason why even in the MENA region, the private credit has not been able to flourish up until now is because there's lack of verified data. There's lack of trusted data sources on SMEs to allow banks to take exposure on this. Now, banks are sitting on a lot of cash. They are looking for opportunity like this, but the bridge that that the infrastructure essentially that allows them to do efficient and secure lending did not exist, and that to some extent it still doesn't exist in the Western markets as well. And that was the ethos of InvoiceMate, right? To build trust on the SME data points so that financial institutions or investors can lend money securely and efficiently.
So now, I mean, if I ask you to come on to the DeFi side and talk about it, like, for our audience, let's try and explain to them that what exactly the business you are doing in a very simplistic way, and then let's try and tell them that how they can become part of it.
Yeah, so I like to pitch it in just 2 sentences that if you want your money to grow in a sustainable manner, then DeFi is the product for you guys.
Amazing.
Right? So DeFi essentially takes the requirement of small businesses that are looking for short-term loans, and we essentially have the infrastructure built in place to tokenize that requirement and underwrite it in a particular manner and offer it to retail and institutional investors and earn stable and secure returns.
Amazing. For our audience, I would like to share this, and they can verify at RW@XYZ that out of the $36 billion of real world asset that's been tokenized, 58% is private credit.
Yeah.
58% out of the $36 billion almost is private credit. Hamilton Lane has a fund. Apollo has a fund. I think BlackRock is rolling out a tokenized fund on private credit. You're sitting on an amazing niche, and then you're Sharia compliant.
Yes.
So what's your thought process around it? Like, I mean, obviously, alhamdulillah, you're Muslim. I understand that. I'm alhamdulillah also Muslim, and it's something very close to my heart. But what's your thought process around it? Like, I'm sure the time is different, but what is the opportunity you are seeing in the Sharia space?
Yeah, so if we take out the factor of my personal religious aspirations and just focus really on the business part,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
It's a no-brainer. There's a huge Western market. You have Canada, America, you have the European markets, the South American markets. LATAM private credit is booming, but nobody is doing, there's 2 billion Muslims around the world, right? Every single Muslim has their set of principles and models that they want to follow. And most of these Muslims are business owners, SMEs owners particularly. So we are targeting that niche essentially that, our personal morals and beliefs also align with Sharia compliance, but it's the requirement we see from these business owners, in Canada who has a bodega on Somali, and they're looking for that credit in an efficient manner or in a Sharia compliant manner. So was our thought process, that we want to build a legacy and we want to build a product that essentially caters to global audience, not just regional audience. Because one thing that I've learned so far is the problem with fintechs in general. Now, not it's a problem, but it's a limitation of a fintech is that they're very regional. You don't. There's hardly even that's with any financial institutions. To be honest, you see hardly any bank that is available in every single country in the world. right?
Global banks, it's a difficult thing. Yeah.
Because every market has their different dynamics and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But you see crypto projects or stablecoin, you can say adoption is something that's so unique that has built global adoption.
I agree. And I think, again, for the people who are watching, there's a $4.8 trillion of Islamic finance market in the world. Largely, I would say it's untapped. There is no single thing that is, not even a single, like there is nothing basically available for everyone out there. $800 billion of cash lying in just the North American bank accounts of Muslims, getting zero interest because there is no product. It's such a huge untapped market, and that does not mean that others cannot avail it. Everyone can avail it.
Exactly.
But Sharia compliant investors, they avail it. A very big Saudi in the Middle Eastern market, while they do things which are non-Sharia compliant, but if given an opportunity, they will hop on in a heartbeat. I've seen it in my banking days as well. It's just about presenting the opportunity. So now I'm very, very happy that you guys are doing it that way. Tell us a bit more about, because you mentioned being crypto. So your project essentially is, for example, you had an event yesterday, right? And it was, mashallah, fantastic. One of the best events I've been to this year. Great audience. Out of maybe 300 people across 3 hours, no one talked about crypto for a second.
Yes.
Right? And do you categorize yourself as a crypto project or more as a fintech project?
So what I say to people is that we are not a Web3 project. We are a Web 2.5 project where we are bridging TradFi with DeFi.
Yeah.
So essentially, I think that's what I'm seeing. I think that's the way to move forward, because you can't be out and out a crypto project and you can cater to the masses. Because crypto in itself, understanding crypto it's a complex topic.
Yeah.
It's an extremely complex concept of using a ledger to have tokens that are used on some random utilities.
True.
Maybe they are legit, maybe they are not legit with our past experiences. It's a complex thing, and complexities do not target masses. Right?
I agree with you.
So I categorize ourselves as a Web 2.5 project, whereas we are connecting the audience that does not know about the crypto, stablecoin, Web3 kind of phenomena, but we are building that bridge to connect them in a secure manner to essentially empower the stablecoin based liquidity as well, to come that side as well.
But then if you look deeper into it, essentially what you are doing is that you are telling people that usage of blockchain is for efficiency, and blockchain crypto is essential for blockchain, but crypto is not the only blockchain use case basically. So essentially what we are saying is that you are using blockchain for efficient business, right? This is what we are doing, right? And I think the rush of the institutions we are seeing from all the way, I think yesterday, one of the chairs of SEC in the US said that in 2 years, all the capital markets in the US might get tokenized.
Yeah.
Larry Fink is talking about tokenization in his sleep as well.
Yeah.
Coinbase CEO, Circle CEO, they're all talking about it, which must be making you very proud. That way that you have tapped into the right thing at the right time. What's the plan? Like, how you gonna go global, go regional? How would you become like the number one player when it comes to, I wanna originate or deploy in private credit, I need to go to DeFi. What is your plan?
Yeah, so we private credit is still a complex topic.
Of course.
It needs to be broken down a bit more. When we say that there's different kinds of private credits credit products as well. There's SME lending, and within SME lending, there are multiple different aspects of loan types and lending facilities. So how we are stretching our arms in order to expand to the next level is that we are building the infrastructure that connects fintechs and stablecoin based liquidity partners, right? So every SME can tap into their local, can talk to their local fintech. We will be helping these fintechs source cheaper capital from the stablecoin liquidity market, which is now actually booming. You see the biggest use case of blockchain is stablecoins.
Yeah, it's $300 billion plus now,
and it's growing like at a phenomenal pace, right?
Yeah, it's doubled in a year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most of these stablecoins are using USD bills or some other yield originating mechanisms, which are either they are extremely low risk, but they're also low yielding, or they're extremely extremely high risk, and then people end up losing capital in DeFi, like we see.
Yeah.
So we're providing a stable and secure solution on one end, whereas these multi-billion-dollar liquidity needs origination of yields, while these fintechs need cheaper capital. So what we've built is an infrastructure with the help of our KYI, which is Know Your Invoice, which is a blockchain-based, essentially invoice validation and credit scoring engine that uses AI and blockchain to underwrite and risk score every single SME. So we are targeting the MENA region first with this technology, and then scaling it beyond MENA to global markets. Specifically, the next market that we are looking at is the Canadian and US market for Sharia-compliant credit facilities.
It's a very nice mix there, because those are regulated markets and they have a very big Sharia-compliant component. Switching more to on the ZIGChain side, tell everyone, how did you guys meet us?
This is the most funniest and I would say random story of my life, to be honest, because early last year we got part of the Hub 71. They came in as one of our investors, and they also hosted this accelerator program where 21 of the best companies of that year take place. So I met a very passionate founder, Mikhail from NodeShift, and he actually introduced me to Aqib Bhai. And Aqib Bhai introduced me to you, but I remember that there was
a breakdown in the company.
There was an email chain which introduced me to Aqib Bhai, and Aqib Bhai literally just forwarded that email to you. You forwarded that email to Ahmed, and that's how I got on the first call with Ahmed instead of you and Aqib Bhai.
Yeah,
and I think that was around February of
this year.
This year. So very I think this partnership was written in the books. Really, I did not meet anyone from your team previous to that. I was aware of ZIGChain, but I was not really okay, there's you guys are focused on wealth creation, because I was aware of Zignally before. And that's how the journey started, and then we ended up hosting the Web3 Finance Connect 1
Absolutely.
together.
And then the 2.
And the 2 one as well.
Inshallah, many more to come. And why, for the people who are watching, where do you see this synergy? There are many blockchains out there, and you must be talking to the people. What's the difference that you see at ZIGChain, and broadly even at Disrupt? What is the value add that you see here that you look forward to work with us and we are doing something together?
If I summarize it in one word, it's people. You guys, all of you, mashallah, have a background of building in TradFi, understanding how traditional financial markets work, understanding how businesses scale. And how businesses get also, also fail. So I think that's what was the key important part. I've been, you early in the podcast, you asked me that, okay, you're so young and doing so many things. I give all of that credit to conversations like these because they really teach me from experienced entrepreneurs that have failed, succeeded, and just, revolutionized a part of the world that they've been on. That teaches me a lot, and that's what we are. Why we literally did this partnership as well is because the kind of TradFi network, the kind of you can say banking experience and financial experience you guys bring in, there's no other blockchain right now that's entirely focused on that, right? And I don't see ZIGChain as a piece of technology. I see more of it as an ecosystem, and I think that's why I believe that you'll be the top chain in the world, because inshallah, because of the ecosystem that you're building.
We'll do it together.
Inshallah.
And tell us a bit more about your team. Who are in your team? How are you guys structured? What is the in terms of your geography as well? Where are people placed?
Yeah, so it's a pretty Web3 team where we are a lot of decentralization when it comes to our team. So we have some of the people in South Asia, some people here in UAE. We are around 29 people, and out of that we have in some in South America as well, in Europe as well. Majority focus is in UAE, in Dubai. We have our headquarters is actually in Abu Dhabi, but we majorly sit here in Dubai. So
and if I want you to summarize your key achievements of 2025, how would you go about it?
Key achievements of 2025. I think you will need to give me a minute to think about those. But no, alhamdulillah, this, in my opinion, has been one of our most successful years till date as a company. Whereas it's just been achievement after an achievement where starting of the year, we launched our first testnet campaign. second testnet campaign, and we got onboarded more than 300,000 retail investors on that, validating the use cases. We closed more than $80 million of cumulative lending volume on the platform.
Nice.
With over 650 transactions, and the best part is that only 0.2% of bad debt rate.
That's the
key.
part.
Yeah, that's the key. So only 2 transactions out of the 650 were going into bad debt. We secured credit insurance, which was a big feat.
Of course.
So we got third-party credit insurance.
Who's your insurer, if you can share the name?
We are insured by Breach Insurance, which is a Bermuda-based, very regulated insurance company that is, trusting us and backing us on this element. So that's one. And essentially, we also did this event yesterday. That was also, I would still consider that as one of the big achievements.
It takes a lot to curate such kind of a thing.
Exactly.
Since you talked about the event, what are your key takeaway from what happened yesterday, and what are the kind of conversations? Like, give few examples of the kind of conversations you are having with, let's say, some institutions, some partners. What are like your what does your day look like in that way?
So yesterday I was just on the way to here as well. I was discussing with my co-founder that the kind of conversations we've not had previously at any event, because the kind of audience was purely institutional, private bankers, investment bankers, essentially money market fund managers. There was also a hedge fund manager over there as well. And all of those conversations were stimulated around, okay, we are looking for stable yield opportunities on stable coins. And this was a match made in heaven. This audience was literally a match made in heaven, where we actually, just from yesterday, we were already following up with a lot of these conversations.
I heard that you already got one email through someone already sending details on how they want to work with you. A big fund manager I heard out of Europe is coming your way.
Yeah, stay tuned. So a lot of these conversations. So even one of the largest private credit players out of UK was there yesterday, and they're also exploring a facility with us. So there's just a wave of institutional capital that's flowing into Web3, and they're looking for sources that are familiar to them. One thing that I've not publicly announced yet, but I'll announce it here, is that we recently closed a $20 million facility with the...
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. With the UK-based private credit firm, Ep.1 Credit. And they are essentially money managers for a lot of stablecoin-based treasuries and funds. They were looking for sources that can give them stable returns.
They cannot get 11-12%
Exactly.
So that's fantastic. And I think more and more such opportunities will come, especially, there is a global arbitrage right now. I was in Switzerland some time ago, and in Zurich, I was attending Apex Invest, and I was talking about all these things. And one nice gentleman, 52-year-old guy, white hair, came to me, and he said, "Can you get me 12% from Middle East with the things that you were saying?" I was thinking about you guys basically. I said, "Yeah, sure. How much do you want?" He said, "I want $500 million. I said, "Yeah, it can be arranged." He said, "Where do I send money?" I'm not kidding. Because there's a global arbitrage. In Europe, Swiss franc gives you negative. You put money in the bank start deducting your money. It's negative interest rate environment there. So the world is a very interesting place that even today, with all the technology out there are arbitrages. Blockchain fixes that. This is what I say. Efficiency. Arbitrage happens when there is inefficiency. Right. People actually, a very interesting thing is that you go and ask people in the US or in the European market, most of them don't even know that AED and dollar are pegged.
I think that's, to be honest, like really messed up. People should know this.
People don't know that. And when I was talking to someone, a very senior guy from a very big fund who runs crazy amount of money. I was like, private credit, this, that. He heard, great, 11%. But, I have a currency risk issue. I said, what currency risk issue is dirham?
Yeah.
No, but currency fluctuates a lot in money market. In emerging markets, I'll open a show to him. This guy has been in industry for 25 years and he did not know that AED is pegged with dollar.
That's crazy.
That's the problem. It's a discovery problem as well.
Yeah.
It's a discovery problem as well. People don't see that. So I think there are a lot of elements here. This brings me to my question that, you guys are very active in this region. Wherever I go, I see you guys. Sometimes in Singapore as well. what about the Western side of the world? What's your strategy there? Do you plan to like station yourself somehow there, or you want to plan to have some affiliates there? Like, how do you want to grow that market?
So that's a very good question, and we take it very strategically, and we are of the opinion that you need to take things step by step, right? So for the Western markets, we are starting with an affiliates program. We've already signed a partnership to tap into the UK markets. We've already signed a liquidity partner that is already giving us liquidity in the UK. That's a really a cool partnership. So we are targeting with the partners that are trusted and capable of originating high quality returns within the UK markets and the US markets as well. So we're taking it sort of like a, you can say, franchisee model basically, where we are thinking of scaling like McDonald's, whereas we've already built the infrastructure layer. We want now fintechs all over the world to use that infrastructure to get access to stablecoin based liquidity.
Amazing. Coming back to your the work that you and us we're doing at ZIGChain, a bit more detail around what would that kind of collaboration look like in your opinion, and what do you think can be a good vision here? Like, what do you think we can achieve together?
I think we can achieve a lot when it comes to bringing capital on chain, because ZIGChain has built this really beautiful infrastructure with a blockchain and Zamanat on top of it as well. So there's a really beautiful architecture that's already built out to onboard institutional capital and onboard it in like billions, if not trillions, at the moment. And we are building this bridge, whereas that capital is finding a good home to earn stable and secure returns. Yeah. So that's the kind of partnership we are sort of eyeing in for. We already, even though we're not fully deployed on Zig yet, but we're already cooking something, whereas we want to give early access to exclusive Zig community.
Amazing.
By launching a vault on Zignally, right? So that's like something that we're already cooking in the background.
We need to give some social actions to the community to have them access that vault.
Exactly.
It's not gonna come cheap, guys. You will have to put your man hours, to get the access to this very nice yield.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And like, what's your personal vision? Like, I mean, obviously, product is a journey to an end goal. You are 21-year-old, once again for the audience, and you have, inshallah, a long road ahead. What's your vision? Like, what is the big problem that you are out there to solve?
So I have so many friends that have lost a lot of money in DeFi just because of the volatility. It's not like they were greedy. It's not like a lot of investors were greedy in this market. Not many people are greedy, although greed is a human element. But people have lost money in crypto for no apparent reason, just because of market manipulation or volatility. While if I see on the other end, I relate with this problem of SMEs, whereas I speak to almost 50, 60 SMEs on a daily basis, right? All of them are just waiting for the small amounts of cash just to, scale to the next level, because they already have confirmed orders, they already have confirmed revenue, and they're already very well established in the market, but their cash flow is a big problem, right? So you as a business owner, you can understand that
I know, absolutely.
You're owed millions of dollars, but in your bank account you only have like tens of thousands of dollars, right?
People don't understand this
disparity. Yeah.
By the way, a lot of our community on ZIGChain and Zignally and the people who talk to us all the time, they're young people. They're young people from across the globe, from Turkey, from Netherlands, from Pakistan, from India, US, Spain, Canada, everywhere in the world, and they will be watching this. And a lot of people, especially from some of our communities in Europe, they come and ask us that, listen, we are 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, we don't have much capital, but we want to do something of our own. I think you are a similar trajectory. I don't think your father threw $1 million at you on day one.
Yeah, I wish.
I hope you don't wish that, because that's not a good start. But it's not the case, right? You started yourself from the ground, and you managed your your family and your work and everything, and then you're at this stage. So what do you tell people? It's not that you are too old to give an advice. Don't feel old, but just think of it like this: that your fellows are listening to you, who are your same age or even younger than you. what do they do? Because they're like in this what do you call this dilemma, this paradoxical situation that education is still in progress, ideas are coming and going, money is a constraint, all of that. How do you navigate that?
Yeah. So, one thing I learned myself was that you don't need money to build a good business. Okay. I think that's a myth. You don't need a good idea. You need good execution. So, one thing that really stuck to me in my entire journey. So my father did not throw $1 million at me.
Of course, right? I know Salman bhai, he will never do that.
He made me work a lot, and I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that as well. So for this, although I'm saying this generation, I'm part of this generation, but I think the biggest problem is not having the right guidance when it comes to, because you have influencers on social media in their Lamborghinis and their yachts saying that you can do crypto, forex, you have drop shipping, so on and so forth, while they're just trying to sell their own products to them. Yeah, courses to them, exactly. I see that a lot of the young generation these days, they are really motivated to work, to change the world and, make a lot of money, but they're just being they're not being guided properly by the social media so-called influencers these days. True. So I would say don't follow the noise. Pick something that you are, if not good at, pick something that you like. Yeah. And just keep on doing it. You don't need to know the secret of making $100 billion from day one. These are the secrets that unfold over time. You will not be successful in the first year. You'll not be successful in the second year. But I can guarantee one thing: if you're persistent, you will be successful one day. Yeah. And you don't need money to build a business. If I really say one thing to a lot of my friends who are of this generation: just learn how to sell things. That's it. Just be a great salesman. Yeah, just be a great salesman.
And how much so when you scale and you grow, you need to think about execution a lot, as you said. Ideas for the dime. Because of AI, you can spin out ideas like crazy. But execution becomes the real key. 2 questions here. Number 1, how do you see AI playing a role in your business? Number 1, and how do you see that? How do you balance out between people's role, because you're gonna have a lot of on ground, always onboarding of capital and origination. How do you balance between the people's roles and AI role, and what is the role of AI that you see?
Actually, just yesterday I was seeing a post of on LinkedIn that you can now be a solo founder with these 12 plus AI agents, and they can do sales, everything for you. I think that's a bit too excessive. In our company, AI plays a huge role, whereas most of the underwriting that is done by underwriting, credit scoring, or risk assessment of SMEs is done with the help of AI. Yep, that's what makes it efficient, and that's what makes it cheaper, right? So to that extent, we are, I would say our core as a company is just 2 things: blockchain and AI. Okay. And AI plays the biggest role when it comes to understanding the risks involved in every single transaction. That's why we can offer the secure yields, because AI already flushes out a lot of these bad deals that come our way, and a lot of bad deals come our way.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So that's the part AI plays. And to answer your second question, which is regarding how do I differentiate between humans and AI. I think I know people can. It's a controversial opinion, but I still don't think that AI can sell you on anything.
Yeah.
At
least not this.
Not this exactly.
At least not now.
Not now. AI cannot understand the SME's problem like a human can. The AI cannot convince you that my company is a good company to partner up with, to invest in, to add it in your ecosystem. I think that's the part AI is still missing, and that's where I personally put in a special effort to have the most high performing human beings to the convincing part. AI is a good executor. I use AI every single day on every single thing, right? It's literally eases your life by 1,000%. But when it comes to having a conversation with a friend, having a conversation with a person that's stuck with either cash flow issues or something like that, or having just a conversation with a random person that wants to just earn money by sitting idle. I think AI is a bit early on that part.
Early on that, but maybe you don't know it will be solved in 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, that.
But I was listening to this podcast. I don't know what it was, and the CEO of NVIDIA, someone asked him this, that would AI replace human? He said no. AI will do 1,000 things that you can also do, but that one thing that AI cannot do, it will allow you to do it 1,000 times better. Yeah. And that's it. That's the role of AI. It makes it efficient. And I'm glad that you said that, in fact, it's a very strong use case of using AI to flush out the possibly bad debt. And I think one of the good ideas would be maybe to even track that.
Yeah.
That, okay, the ones that you flushed out, how did they perform? So you can give that as a feedback loop to your AI saying that, listen, yes, you were right or wrong, so that it can improve, But that's good. Any question you want to ask me?
Yes, I have been meaning to ask you a question.
Ask me.
So I have been following your journey and I know your background as well. Mashallah, you've done a great exit previously in your with a company with Disrupt. You've been a banker before as well. With such a strong background and such a, you can say, finance-rich background. What really motivated you to make ZIGChain, or what really motivated you to build this wealth creation infrastructure that democratizes yields?
A very good question, actually. I was on one of the podcasts recently, and the guy asked me an exact same question. See, I think after a certain point, money becomes a byproduct. Yeah. In fact, it becomes a byproduct very fast in your life, and like you were saying, right? If you keep working, it will be success. And when in an entrepreneurial journey, I can tell you by experience that success comes with money very fast, very, very fast, and a lot. So as long as you do not have like weird bad habits, you would not even know what to do with money, to be very honest. So that takes care of money part. But then what happens is over the time that you become ambitious in ways beyond money. You become ambitious and you want to do something that actually impact lives, that change lives. So like, I give this example that back in 2007, 2008, when there was global financial crisis, I was 19 years old and I had $5,000. Which was a lot of money at that time. And I was looking at the charts and everything was like down. And I wanted to buy, I think, Google or Yahoo or some shares. I kept trying for longest of time and I was not able to. I asked my father, who was one of the biggest bankers in Pakistan, I want to buy. And he said, best of luck. I've been trying these things for 20 years, not happening. You try, maybe you haven't. Well, time passes by and all that. And when I stumbled upon cryptos in 2013-14, I decided that, okay, I need to jump ships, start working into this. And the idea was the same. Remember this, that I had money. It was an access problem. So this is what blockchain solves. And this is what keeps itching me. That even when I'm dead, when I am gone, this should not be gone. Like this should be a thing that is used by billions of people in the world to have this luxury. The problem of the current capitalist world is that it tells us to normalize the fact that 0.1% people can have 99% of the income. They have tuned us to normalize it, but that is crap. We need to fight against that. Our fundamental, our religion, everything, that does not allow for that. It does not. I mean, every person you just study in the history of human being beyond the last 100 years, it talks about equality. I mean, yes, there are riches and poor. Absolutely, it's a God's and the nature's way of the world. But it cannot be like this, that the others do not even get a freaking opportunity. That keeps us up. That keeps me up, and that, like, I have to solve for it. And beyond all that, the question is, what would I do if I don't work? What would I do if I don't work? I have kids, right? I want to give them a good example. I mean, success or not so success is in hand of Almighty up there. But ultimately, I want them to be proud that, their father is doing something with life. And that's it. My son might be watching this tomorrow or whenever we release it, and he'll be happy that I'm saying these things. So that keeps
that's very noble. That's very noble.
That's true.
Yeah. One more question that I would like to ask you.
Now he's in a question asking. He's suddenly, like, his first podcast, he's like game changing.
Now I'm becoming the host.
Now he'll be booking this place a lot more. I can see that.
I know. What's one advice you would like to give me?
To you?
Yeah.
keep doing whatever the hell you are doing. Just don't listen to any naysayers. And one advice, publicly, I'll tell you, you are not a crypto project. You're not a crypto project. Don't be a crypto project. Okay. There was a time, there is still a time for certain things to be a crypto project. The rooms that you're getting into, and I'm witness to it, that inshallah, where you will be going next week in Abu Dhabi. Yesterday, the conversations that were happening. For example, as you know, that a managing director of one of the biggest apps of the region was there.
Yeah.
And we had a very nice conversation with him for a long time because we did not utter the crypto word.
Exactly.
It's a reality that we need to, crypto is extremely important. I would never say my, ZIGChain, it's a crypto project. ZIGCoin is literally like a life to me. For everyone in the company, it's great because it is needed there. You don't need that. You don't need crypto to make DeFi a world-class product. You can have your token tomorrow. That's also fine. No harm in that. There are neobanks coming up with their tokens.
Yes.
Still does not make them a crypto project. It's a utility token out there. There is a world of difference between being a crypto project and a project with a token. They're two very, very different things. So I would suggest you don't go that route. Don't become a crypto project. You are a very, very nice fintech. Stay that. You're using blockchain as a superpower technology. We can work more. I would, the team at Disrupt would start working with you guys soon on bringing AI to the more front of it, all these things. But, would be great to see that how this being a non-crypto project, you can take a stable, blockchain to every nook and corner of the world. And that would be the real achievement.
And I think that's you've summarized our ethos there.
Yeah.
And I really value this feedback because we've been hearing a lot from a lot of people that, okay, you should launch a token. Now it's a good time. This crypto, that, crypto, this. But I've been telling to a lot of these people the exact same thing, that there's a difference between being a blockchain project or a blockchain-based product than a crypto product.
Absolutely. Very big difference.
Exactly. It's like night and day.
Yeah, I know.
So definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying don't launch a project. Don't launch a coin. Launch a coin. But you need to know why you are launching a coin.
There needs to be a proper utility for it.
Yes, the why is very important. How and what, very easy. Relatively easy. But the why of the token, why you want to do a token. It too soon for you, of course.
Yeah.
But this is a conversation that you need to have with your team, partners. We are available. We should have it. But be very careful when you go that route. I mean, it's a great place to be. It's a great place to be. The kind of community you can build using your token, it's phenomenal. Nothing beats that. People don't realize the CAC goes to almost zero, right? But question comes when
is the right time?
And if, for example, if Chainlink starts today again, would they even do a token? I don't think so.
I don't think so. They'll do a token.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. What's your target market? Whom are you serving? What value can your token add to them? That's the important question. I mean, it's very, very good for me. It's an amazing project like you launches a token on our blockchain. I'll be very happy. But I would not want you as a good business to be in a situation where your token comes as a bottleneck for your own self. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I think we've had a good, insightful conversation.
You know what I want to do? Next time I'm going to book, I'll just go sit there and I'll put you and your father in have a candid discussion and we record that.
Definitely.
That will be a fun one. Ibrahim, thank you very much for coming. Once again, congratulations on all your achievement. Welcome to the ZIGChain family. Welcome to the Disrupt family. And I think we'll be doing, inshallah, a lot of things together. Next week, I'm looking forward to, be at a lot of places with you in Abu Dhabi as well. And I think it's a very, very long journey. We are sitting in the right region at the right time, and literally at the pinnacle of the revolution in the fintech industry through tokenization. And as I said, 58% of the current tokenization market is private credit, and it's not going to go down. So the more tokenization grows globally, private credit will grow. You guys literally are sitting at the top of it. We talk to a lot of projects, but there is no hidden secret that DeFi is literally one of my top 3 favorite projects in the industry right now. So keep doing good work, and thank you very much for coming.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.